So, ladies and gentlemen, on Behind the Tracks today, we keep going with our Eagles profiles and a song that was a rare thing for the band because Don Henley or Glenn Frey didn't sing lead or co-lead. Now, Take It to the Limit, a big hit, one of the biggest in UK at the time, was released from their fourth album, One of These Nights, from which it was issued as the last and third single on November 15, 1975. It reached number 4 in the US Billboard Hot 100 and also the Eagles' greatest success again in the United Kingdom, going to number 12. Billboard ranked it as a number 25 song for 76. The song, written by Eagles members Randy Meisner, Don Henley, and Glenn Frey, began as a solo composition by Meisner, who sang lead on it. As it remained unfinished when time came for One of These Nights album to be recorded, Henley and Frey assisted Meisner in completing it. His performance of the song was popular with the audience in Eagles concerts, but the disputes over his reluctance to perform it would also lead directly to Meisner's departure from the band. Now, ironically, the B-side of the single was After the Thrill Is Gone. Coincidence, I wonder. Ironically, ladies and gentlemen, the album version was a little bit longer at 4:48. There was a minute cut off for the single version at 3:48. Came out in a silent with Bill Seismichek as producer, back with Lying Eyes and New Kid in Town. Now, according to Meisner, he wrote the first few lines of the song one night while playing an acoustic guitar after returning from the Troubadour. However, he was not able to finish the song by the time they were close to recording it, and Frey and Henley didn't help him with the lyrics. He later said of how he would usually write songs with the Eagles, I get a verse or two and I'm done, and he would help me fill in the blanks. Frey and Henley finished the song in the house they were sharing in Beverly Hills, together with many of the tracks for the album One of These Nights. On the meaning of the song, Meisner said in documentary History of the Eagles, the line, take it to the limit, was to keep trying before you reach a point in your life where you feel you've done everything and seen everything, sort of feeling, part of getting old. And just to take it to the limit one more time, like every day, just keep, punching away at it. That was a line, and from there the song took a different course. Now, Take It to the Limit is one of the few Eagles tracks written in Waltz time. Other notable waltzes performed the Eagles are Hollywood Waltz from One of These Nights, the Meisner Henley Frey Waltz Saturday Night, co-written with Bernie Leadon from the 73 Desperado album, Frey's Most of Us Are Sad from the self-titled debut album, Frey, Henley, J.D. Souther's Hard Rocking Teenage Jail from 79's The Long Run album, and Walsh's Pretty Maids All in a Row in the 76 album, Hotel California, not to be confused with the movie. Now, Taking the Limit is unique in the canon of the band's singles, being the lone A-side in which Randy Meisner sang lead, as well as the first A-side Eagles single on which neither Henley or Frey sang lead. It was also the last Eagles single to feature founding member Bernie Leadon before he was replaced by guitarist Joe Walsh. The single version of the song, again, is 3:48, a minute shorter than the album version. Now, a live performance by Meisner from 76 was recorded at the Forum in Inglewood, California, home of the Kings. Is included in the album Eagles Live, which was released in 80 after the band had effectively broken up. A second version, recorded in 77, was released on Hotel California 40th Anniversary Expanded Edition, released in 2017. The song was re-recorded on Meisner's first solo album, self-titled, released in 78. The song was performed with piano acoustic guitar accompaniment, and the 70s teen idol David Cassidy singing in the background vocals. Now, per Setlist FM, the song has been performed live by the band over 870 times across their career, making one of their top 20 most performed songs. According to Frey, fans of the band loved Meisner's performance of Take It to the Limit at their concerts and came to consider it his signature song with the band. Henley, too, noted that fans went crazy when Randy hit those high notes. Meisner, however, was concerned about not being able to hit the high notes. Frey was insistent that Meisner could perform the song in concert for the fans. A live performance of the song then became a source of great contention between Frey and Meisner, eventually becoming one reason for Meisner's departure from the band. Now, for what I saw in published reports, they would say, well, you created a song, why don't you want to sing it? Well, why can't you sing it? Well, you created a song, and back and forth, back and forth. Now, Meisner had been struggling to hit the crucial high notes in the song during the Hotel California tour. According to Walsh, Meisner could perform the song, but would become nervous when told he had to sing it. By the time he reached Knoxville in June 77, the band was feeling a string of a long tour, with Meisner unhappy and suffering from a stomach ulcer. Meisner decided not to sing the song for an encore because he had been up late and caught the flu. Frey and Meisner then became involved in an angry physical confrontation backstage over Meisner's refusal to perform the song. After the altercation, Meisner was frozen out of the band and decided to leave. He left the band at the end of the tour in September 1977, as replaced by heartthrob Timothy B. Schmidt, coincidentally the same bass player who had replaced him in Poco. The song was only played sporadically by the band following Meisner's departure, with Frey taking over the lead vocals. Originally in B major, the song was transported to G major to accommodate Frey's vocal range. Prior to the band's reunion, his last performance by the band came as part of the long-run tour in Oklahoma City on February 14, 1980. Frey did, however, perform the song as part of his solo tour in 1986, as documented on the posthumous 2021 live album Feeling the Heat. The song was ultimately revived for the Eagles' late 99 shows at Henley's Staples Center, with the song again sung by Frey. For the band's 2017 shows onwards, lead vocals were taken by Vince Gill and was transposed to A major. In 2016, both Joe Walsh and Don Felder performed the song as part of respective solo tours. Now, Billboard described Take It to the Limit as a strong mid-tempo rocker with distinctive harmonies that sound like the Beach Boys at times. Cashbox called it a masterpiece of a background with more of an easygoing melodies and lyrics that have made the Eagles so hot over the last several releases. Record World said that the group's harmony sound grows more attractive with each successive listening on his irresistible ballad. Now, Randy Meisner, Glenn Frey, Don Henley, Don Felder, lead guitar, Bernie Leadon, rhythm guitar, and Jim Ed Norman, piano, conductor, string arrangements, and a live version that include Joe Walsh on 12-string acoustic rhythm guitar, and of course Don Felder on lead guitar and backing vocals. Weekly charts: Australia number 30, Canada top 16, Canada adult contemporary top 6, New Zealand number 23, UK number 12, Billboard number 4, adult contemporary number 4, Cashbox number 5, Canada 1976 rank 139, Billboard Hot 100 25th, and Cashbox 56. Now, certifications for Take It to the Limit: 200,000 UK silver. Now, ironically, the Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings version did quite well. Released in 1983, went to number 1 in Canada, number 8 U.S. Hot Country, Billboard under Hot 100 number 2, adult contemporary 31. Other covers including Etta James, Tom Jones, Susie Bogus, who did the Common Thread version, and Dave Mason for Certified Live. Now, ironically, ladies and gentlemen, this was Waylon Jennings' last single before he's hit the conversation. So, again, the co-writers on this was a 350 version, Randy Meisner, Don Henley, and Glenn Frey. So I'm not saying that's why Randy Meisner left the Eagles, but the fact is, you know, it was sort of like his distinctive voice was appreciated by the crowd, but I don't think Randy really caught on how much appreciated he was. He was a great artist. But I mean, you know, Glenn Frey and Don Henley, you know, when either you be part of the band or don't be part of the band, and again, Timothy Schmidt and Joe Walsh, I think they were a stronger band without Meisner, but not just me, because you look at how good Joe Walsh is and Timothy B. Schmidt, you know, the influence, and they were getting away from rock more, and you want to get back to country pop rock, and that's what's going. So Take It to the Limit. That's what you got to do in this life, ladies and gentlemen. Take it to the limit. If you like what we're doing here, we're Behind the Tracks coverage of the Eagles. Let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, to my fellow Canadians, doesn't matter who you vote for, vote. I heard there was a big crowd. 1/10 of our population voted on the weekend. I wonder why. PP. Nobody like PP no more. And as we like to say in the Montreal Canadian playoff run, keep your stick on the ice and demi-doff. If you hear some chance of demi-doff the next few days, you know, go Russian. You know, we like the Russians, we don't like Putin. That's how we work in Canada. Have a good one, and don't forget, take it easy. Have a good one. Bye.